Good morning, good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Fine.
Fine, thank you.
Guys hear me okay?
Yep.
I was trading last week.
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone get chopped?
Oh, yeah.
Say that with enthusiasm. You got killed, Richard?
No.
Oh, when I say chop, that meant negativity. Okay, so
It's
not
volatility.
it's positive.
Yeah.
Did you guys get my warning for the US stock market around Wednesday at lunchtime to be careful and start protecting your bearish positions?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. Let me ask you a question. Did I tell you to get out of your bearish positions?
No.
Did I tell you to go bullish?
No.
No. Some people misconstrued my words, and when I say protect my bearish positions, that means get out of them and reverse. That does not mean that at all. When I say be cautious and protect your bearish positions, that means what? Tighten up your stops, make sure everything's good. If you don't feel comfortable, take some profits. There's nothing wrong with that. Is everyone good with that?
Yep.
We couldn't be bullish.
Sorry?
We could not be bullish.
We can't, because if you look at our quarterly levels and everything, we are bearish to the end of the quarter, aren't we?
That's it. Yes. And
Yep.
we confirmed it last week.
We confirmed it last week, and we're going to go through it now, but we pretty much have been bearish for how many weeks now? Where this week, so
5.
if you look at it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going on to the end of this month, we pretty much have been bearish week by week by week. And your responsibility is look for bearish trades for the S&P, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. With
So,
cautious.
Cautious and everything. So, either you follow the settlement that we have with the lines here or you don't. That was a choice you made. But if you follow it, you're focused right now to only looking for bearish opportunities. And when there's volatility there, you'll see that basically what? I'll tell you to tighten up your stops or protect your profits. Agreed?
Yeah.
And you knew from last week, we made a real bearish bar at the beginning of the week. So there was high probability that we were going to go what? Up by the end of the week, wasn't there?
As it was.
And it's exactly what happened. In fact, in the chat room, around lunchtime on Wednesday, I posted a 1-hour chart and showed you where the markets were changing, didn't I? Yes. So everything has gone clockwise to what we've been forecasting and our probabilities and predictions. Everyone good?
Yes.
Yep.
Very much.
Let's look at last week here. This is last week's bar here. It's a fake bar. Notice we closed higher than the previous week. Everyone see that? Yes?
Yes.
If you look at the VIX and compare it, you also closed what? Fake bar here, but you closed higher. So both of them are fake bars. Do you guys see that? But if you look at the closing prices, there's a discrepancy there. So you have to be very, very cautious. You guys understand that?
Yes.
Because remember, the VIX should be inverse relationship to the stock market. If the stock market, the E-mini closed positive for that week, then the VIX should close what? Negative, bearish, shouldn't it? And did that happen? No.
No.
So that's very cautious there. Everyone good with that? If you look at what happened last week, we got to our support, which was this past cross right there. We got to it at the beginning of the week and we held it, didn't we?
Yes.
So we got to what our goal was, which was from this point right here, which is this date, February 15th, our target is being here, and we got to our target finally, didn't we?
Yes.
We went a little below it, but we came back above it. Everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
So we are still bearish to the end of the week, end of the month. Is everyone clear with that?
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
But we're starting to see some signs of life for the bulls, aren't we? Yes, because if you look here, we said we're going to continue to go down until we close above the previous week's high. Agreed?
Yes.
That has not happened on the weekly. But on the daily, we finally got one signal right there. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
But did it follow through? No. But you're starting to see some weakness here where you're starting to see some days that we are starting to see some bulls take place and take over some days. So you're starting to see some more bullish action trying to win on a daily basis right now, but it has not progressed over to the weekly. Is everyone clear with that?
Okay.
Everyone good? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at it here, this is what we look like right now. We had a bullish timing element. We ended right there. And notice when this bullish timing element ended, we have not gone up since then, have we? Nope.
Never followed through. No.
And if you look, you came back to the bullish timing element, which is right there. You held it, you had a little bleep above it, and now you're back below it. And this week is going to be very, very critical to see exactly what goes on. Do you guys see that?
Okay.
Now, we're going to quickly look to see if there's any timing elements. There's nothing on the weekly. All we're doing is looking at a dashboard, see if there's any opportunities there. Nothing on the daily, 4 hour. Nothing here. And then on a 2 hour. Is everyone okay with that? Yes?
Yes.
Now, going into the Fed announcement, it's a critical week, isn't it? What do you guys think? Very much. So, Mark, how do you handle it? We're still looking for bearish opportunities on the E-mini, aren't we?
Definitely, yes.
But here's the thing. Middle of the week, right before the Fed announcements, we now have permission to look for what? Bullish
on
trades
NASDAQ.
on the what?
NASDAQ.
NASDAQ. Does everyone see that?
Uh-huh.
This is only after lunch on Wednesday, which is right before the Fed announcement. Everyone see that? So if you look at the E-mini is bearish. The Dow is what? Really bearish. Yes?
Yes.
Because it's even gone back and it's now negative for the quarter, isn't it? Okay. And the Russell here is also negative for the quarter too. So if you look at from what's bullish to bearish, the NASDAQ is definitely bullish right now. Then you have the E-mini that's weak, but second bullish. Then you have the Russell and then the Dow. Does everyone see that?
Yes.
Yes. So the way I'm looking at it is, and the way you should look at it is that if you don't have the stomach, do not do any trades at the beginning of the week and wait till after the Fed announcement. Is everyone clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, the Fed announcement typically takes place on Wednesday. And really, you don't see the real price action until Thursday. Have you guys noticed that? You may get a knee-jerk reaction on Wednesday, but the real price action is Thursday. How many times have you seen the markets go up on Wednesday after the Fed announcement, and then on Thursday give it all back?
Many times.
Many times. So the way I would do it, if you're a conservative trader, is to not do anything until after the Fed announcement. Once the Fed announcement's done, start looking for bearish trades on the S&P 500 and bullish trades on the NASDAQ. Whichever ones you get set up on, it's going to tell you the direction of the market. Does everyone see that?
Yep.
Manesh?
Uh-huh.
But if you're a conservative, you wouldn't go long on the NASDAQ because it's only 1 week confirmed, isn't it?
Well, it's not confirmed, but the second half of the week, you can, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, Marco. You're looking for trades after the Fed announced a bullish on NASDAQ, does that mean you're going to enter?
No, but if I find a good setup, I have to decide in a flash whether to enter or not.
Right. But
And I
if you
wouldn't
look at the
enter that
rules,
one.
you could enter now bullish, right? After Wednesday, aren't you?
Personally, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, but if you look at it here, you can. But there's
Yeah,
no harm in
technically.
doing that, Marco. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
If you wait till after Wednesday, specifically after the Fed announcement, right? And you start looking for bullish trades on the NASDAQ, doesn't mean you triggered, okay? It means, look, you're looking for setups. If those setups trigger, it tells you that NASDAQ's going to confirm bullish that week. Does that make sense? Which is this
You
week.
mean there's confluence between the timing element confirmed and the quarterly level?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Does that make sense?
It does now.
And that's one of the reasons why we always say, even on the confirmation week, you could sit there after half the week and look for what? Timing elements, because you're not entered, right? And if you enter, it's telling you it's got a high probability it's going to what?
I'll be successful.
Yep, you got it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everyone okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? I will tell you this now. I have a pairs trade on. What's that mean? It's a limited option trade where I am betting on the NASDAQ going up and the S&P going which way?
Down.
Down. Same risk on both sides with a potential of 3-to-1 or more reward risk. So if you think about this now, if all the markets go down after the Fed announcement, the bearish trade, which is the E-mini, will give me 3-to-1. And I'll lose on the NASDAQ. So net, I'll get 2-to-1 overall. Does everyone understand that?
Yeah.
If I'm bullish, then what will happen is the NASDAQ trade will win, give me a 3-to-1. The E-mini I'll lose since it's the same risk. So net, I walk away with 2-to-1. If the Fed does nothing, then I have a potential of losing my option values, which are limited risk. That's my worst case scenario. Is everyone good with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Is everyone good? But
Yes.
this is a good scenario for us to happen. Normally what happens before the Fed meeting is we got all the markets are either bearish or all the markets are either what?
Bullish.
Bullish. This is the first time we've seen in a long time before the Fed announcement where one market is showing bullish signs and the other one showing what? Bearish signs. So this means we could play a neutral position and allow the markets to tell us which way it wants to go based on the timing elements we see. Is everyone good?
Yes.
Yep.
Questions? Okay, so you know exactly what I'm doing. Agreed?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's now go over to Mexico. Let's look at what's going on here. First things we're going to do is determine the sentiment here. This is what? This week or last week? This is last week. So the
Still
Mexican market was bullish to the end of the quarter. Now it just changed sentiments last week. So at the middle of this week, we could start looking for bearish opportunities for the Mexico market. But as of right now, it's nothing. Everyone see that?
Uh-huh.
Yes?
Yep.
And you kind of knew that was going to happen because you had a timing element here. You made a real bar. The second bar did not confirm. We came back to here and we broke it. When we broke it here, we had a high probability to go which way? Down.
Got it.
So you kind of knew Mexico was over last week. Everyone see that?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to look quickly, see if there's any timing element plays. Daily. Nothing here. 4 hour. We're just looking at the dashboard to see if there's a strategy here. Nothing here in strategy R, strategy G. Nothing there. 27. 2 hour. Nothing there. Okay, so let's go north now. Let's go to Canada. Let's look at a weekly, see what the sentiment is. You could see, oops, deleted everything. You could see from our black line right there that we've been bearish here for the last couple of weeks. You could see here we have a timing element here that's following through. Does everyone see that?
Yep.
Yes. We had one here. This came here and did this. Now this week here is confirmed, isn't it, guys?
It's
Yes.
over. Yeah.
So we have a major resistance now for the Toronto Stock Exchange there and there. So let's just put the highest one right there. Everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's following through. So this is a major resistance here. We're going to put an alert here, but this is going down, isn't it, guys? And we're right at the quarterly level here. So if we sit there and go lower this week, we're going to go negative for the quarter for Toronto Stock Exchange and can possibly close negative for the quarter, can't we?
Yeah.
And if you look, the whole thing here is being wiped out, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We had a major support here. Look what it did.
Well, it went right through it.
It broke it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did it break it the correct way?
No.
No. So this week here, I'm looking for it to come back to this level here and see what it does. If it comes back to this level here and it holds it, this could go down to another level here before the end of the quarter. If it breaks it and confirms it breaks it by the end of the week, then we could sit there and go up and this level is going to hold. Is everyone good?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if there's a timing element here. There you go. There's your timing element. Everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
There's one on a daily. Let's quickly look to see if there's on a 4-hour too. You can see there's a 4-hour green line here. Everyone see that?
Yep.
And let's see if there's a 2-hour. There's what? A 2-hour too, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yep. So there's a couple of ones going on, isn't there, guys?
3 time frames.
3 time frames here. Everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
We're going to sit there and select the which one? The
Red
daily, because it has a red and green line. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
So you could see there's a timing play here. There's a strategy here that's occurred, and you should be in it. Strategy 2, and it entered on the second bar too, which is exactly what we like. Everyone see that? Yes?
Yeah.
So far, this is the only country that has a timing element right now. Everyone okay? Okay. Post in our chat rooms as normal. So Toronto is bearish for sure. Is everyone good?
Yeah.
So much talk. So much. Wake up.
It's the middle of the month. Everyone's knackered.
Middle of the month. Here's UK. Now, look what happened. Middle of last week, we could start looking for bearish trades and it followed through, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And we have a cross. If this week we close real bearish, this is another resistance here, isn't it?
Yes, it would be.
So we got one resistance here, which is marking the top for the what?
For the quarter.
Not for the quarter. It's marking the top.
Okay.
Isn't it? Look here. We went up what? Close to 20%, which is exactly what we look for, isn't it?
It's the magic number.
Magic number. And then we look for a cross, a resistance cross there, and to confirm. And we got that, didn't we?
We did.
So this is the top now, isn't it?
Yes.
So this has declared the top. Now there's high probability that we could come where?
Back to the initial cross there.
Initial cross here. This is what we're eyeing for the London market. Does everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? No?
Yeah. Yeah.
If we are confirmed real bearish this week, this is going to get interesting because our probabilities to get here are going to be fast. If it doesn't confirm, then this could continue to keep on going down. As long as we don't break the previous bar high, this will still continue to go down. If we break the high, then we could come here. But there's no need for us to go through those scenarios until we see how we end up. But right now, this is confirmed to be the top for the London market now. Has everyone seen that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marco, do you see how the middle of the week you could look for bearish trades? And if they
Yeah,
trigger,
yeah. Here
it
is
follow through?
yes, yes. Here was pretty much clear.
Yep. Everyone good with that? Yes? Okay. Let's look for a timing element. Daily. Nothing on a daily, is there? Nope.
No.
4 hour.
No.
Come on. There we go. Nothing there. And 2 hour.
No. Wasn't.
Nothing. So there's no timing elements at all taking this down. That means this is going down from an investment perspective with pure volatility. That means it could go through some chop and consolidation before it even gets down to this level, doesn't it? Means it's going to be a rocky ride, but the reward is going to be good. Do you guys see that?
Yep.
Okay. Any questions for the London market? Now to the German market. Let's see what the Germans are doing. Here, guess what? It changed sentiments, didn't we?
Yep.
So this is not like the London market. This was still showing you signs of being bullish, and it's not confirmed. The middle of this week, what? We could start looking for bearish trades. Everyone see that? Yes.
Yeah.
I would love, what did I say? Love for the German market to come up to here midweek, come right there and it stops right there. And when I start looking for bearish trades, we're right at this level here and it bounces off that guy. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
That would be perfect timing, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. We knew this was high probability to come here last week. We talked about this here, didn't we? We said that this will continue to go up. The moment it breaks the previous bar low, it's got a high probability to come here. So it did happen here. We could not trade bearish because the sentiment still was bullish. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
But we can what?
If it holds that cross.
If it holds that cross. Now, this is a resistance, isn't it?
Not yet.
We confirm real bearish this week. We have now put in the high for the German stock market. Everyone see that?
Yes.
And that's a good thing. Why? If you look, what has gone up huge now could what?
Equally retrace.
Equally retrace. Does everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 32% movement, which it could come what? Back down. At least it could come to here. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one I'm definitely looking at the middle of the week for fine German stocks to go short middle of the week. Everyone clear with that?
Yes.
Because this looks like an opportunity long term. Everyone good?
Yeah. I have a comment.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying regarding the cross, and I would love to see it as well. However, based on my experience, just experience, personal experience, when it triggers a timing element, as you did here, right? If I can see properly, at the very beginning of the week, is never a good sign. I mean, but just again, based on my experience, I understand that we're bearish and we can be bearish and we will wait. But still, what I have seen over and over again, when he hits it and reacts it so abruptly, then it's unlikely that it goes back. So now I understand if it doesn't go back, we are fine. We'll stay out. but just as a comment, I don't like it when he hits a timing element at the beginning of the week.
No, and you're correct on that. So this did go down at the beginning of the week, which is not a good scenario. Everyone clear with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
However, it's closed what? Bullish, didn't it? Right. And the other thing is that it could sit there still, Marco, even though it went down, it could still sit there and go up at the beginning of the week, which it's doing. Do you see that?
Yeah, definitely.
So, and the thing it could be is, I'm not expecting it to be a real bearish bar by the end of the week. If it does, that's going to be a miracle, especially the way it started.
Okay,
all
yeah,
I
that's
wanted-
exactly what I thought.
Yeah. So all I wanted to do is do a fake bar this week and hold that cross. Does that make sense?
Yes, and see next week.
Yep. And remember one thing. I kept a lot of crosses. When price touches the cross and they even not make a real bar, I kept them on a chart for a reason, didn't I?
Yeah, that's true.
There's something coming that I'm going to be
Right.
teaching you later, isn't there?
It
Right.
looks like.
So there's a reason why I kept them, didn't I?
Yeah.
So let's see if this is the lesson plan now coming forward, because this is a good chart to look at, isn't it?
It is. It is.
So, and if you notice what I said, I wanted to hold it by when? By the middle of the week, didn't I?
Yes.
There's a difference if it breaks it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is a timing play that I'm looking for. So let's see what happens, and then we'll definitely discuss this next week, won't we?
Yeah, good.
Okay, everyone okay with this?
Yep.
Okay, let's see if they have a timing play. Daily, we're just looking at the dashboard as normal. What do you have? Again, it entered and then what? Right now it's looking to fail, isn't it? Everyone see that? Okay. 4 hour. Nothing. 2 hour. Come on. Market's getting ready to open, so it's going to be a little slow on the trading view servers. Okay, nothing at all. Is everyone good with the Germany? Yes?
Yep.
Okay, let's go over to India. India is being confirmed bearish. Does everyone see that? And what's interesting now is that last week you had a cross here. Everyone see that?
Yep.
So Marco, do you see what happened here?
Yes. Yes.
That's what
It
could
did.
happen.
It did hold.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Here you have what? Bearish, don't you? And your
Yeah.
resistance is what? Right here. Because if you look here, this never confirmed, but came back and tested this cross and held. So this is your resistance now. Does everyone see that?
Yeah.
You had a support here that it had a chance to hold. What did it do? It broke it. Did it broke it good or bad?
Bad.
Bad. So there's high probability it could come back and test this guy before it goes which way? Down. So I'm
Okay.
looking for the Nifty to come back and test this and then see what happens. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
If there's a lot of volatility there, it's going to keep on going which way? Down. It went to the next support, which is right there, and that's where we're holding. So this is still bearish to the end of the quarter, and nothing has changed. Everyone clear with that?
Mm.
Yes? No?
Yeah.
Yes. I have just a question, a confirmation.
Mhm.
In that bar that went up there to test
one?
the cross, the one before.
Right here?
No. Two weeks ago. That one.
Mhm.
That to me is how can I say, in terms of volatility, it looks like a good bar because it didn't go down below the previous bar low, but it just went down without having hit a timing element previously. So I sort of like it, and I compare it with the German beforehand, where I could see instead a lot of volatility.
Yeah, but you really don't know what happened interbar and how that ended up on Monday, do you?
Yes, well, that's true.
Right. So in hindsight, it looks good and this and that, and it looks different from the German market. But you really don't know what happened on Monday. It could have opened, went above the cross, and then what? Stayed above it, and then what? Tuesday gone down. We don't know what it looks like inner bar like we do in the German market right now, do we?
Yes.
And notice I said to you on the German market, I'm hoping for it to be a fake bar only, didn't I?
Yes, without coming back down this week.
Right. And this one was a fake bar and then it followed through, didn't it?
Yes.
And that's this is the same thing I'm looking for the German market. I'm not expecting a miracle where I'm expecting it to be a negative, a real bearish bar this week at all. I'm just expecting it to be a what? Fake bar.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, not only it doesn't make sense. It's I would judge it even better. If it makes a real bar, it loses a bit of volatility, and then next week it let us get in. I mean, at least that's what I have experienced with timing element.
Well, let's wait till next week for the lesson plan. How's that?
Okay.
But either way, this is bearish. Everyone clear with that? Mandip, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is bearish too, isn't it? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And notice it has a what? A what? A timing strategy, doesn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
You entered right there. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, if this week, if it goes real bearish, it's confirmed, isn't it? Everyone see that?
Yep.
Bank Nifty is on a verge of breaking down. If it goes real bearish by the end of this week, watch out. Because it can come all the way back down to here. Do you guys see that?
Wow.
Yes? Because look at your resistances. That is a resistance here. Right here. Does everyone see that? Yes? The top was declared here, right? About here. Everyone see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happened? There's another resistance here. Well, that hasn't been confirmed. This one has confirmed. So you have two resistances. Then you have another resistance. Now you're trying to do another resistance. You're going down slowly. It's a small bleed. But if you confirm real bearish by the end of this week, this is going to be a resistance. Is everyone clear with that?
Mhm.
Mandip, you good?
Yeah. But with the previous few bars, we have not tested that because the red bar, this cross never confirmed. So
You
Still-
haven't, but you formed a new one now, haven't you?
yeah.
So this could keep on going which way? Down. And if you do another one here, you got two resistances going down. And if you look at here, if it forms a real bearish bar, you just broke the last what?
Yes. That's
Support.
True. That's true.
You break this, Mandip, you're coming down here. You got a lot of stuff here. Yes, I understand that. But your probabilities become high to what? Come here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you look at this here, this was a two-stage bullish movement. There's your first stage, then your second stage. You retrace the whole second stage. You break this level here, Now you're going to start dipping into this first stage here. Does that make sense?
True.
And if you look at this has moved up 36%. And you know, after 20%, I start looking for bears to retrace the whole thing, don't you?
Yeah.
This is a slow bleed, but it's slowly going down, isn't it?
True.
So this is going to get interesting to see what happens. Where do we close by the end of the week? That's going to be the key thing. Now, it's got a lot to do to close bearish because of this volatility spike, doesn't it? Yeah. But in theory, Mandip, all I needed to do, even though it's not real bearish, if it could close below here too, it still could go bearish. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's see where we end up at the end of the week. We'll definitely put some things in the chat room as the week progresses. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Quickly, Hong Kong. Let's look at the Chinese, what they're doing. This is confirmed bearish, and they're negative for the quarter, isn't it?
Yep.
And they're slowly coming down where? Here. This is my target here. You know I've been short this index. You know that. This is the first level we were looking at was to be where? Here.
81.44.
It broke it wrong, came back and tested it, held. Now it's starting to go which way?
Bearish. It's established bearish.
Bearish. And this could go down as long as it keeps on maintaining the previous week what? High.
Doesn't close over the high.
If it doesn't, then it could come back to here. So this is your range now for the Hong Kong market. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
As long as this maintains the previous week high, this has a high probability to come here. The moment it breaks it, it'll come back to here. Everyone see my thought process?
Can I ask a question, please?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the original downtrend, the grey cross and the black cross there, yeah? If you look at the grey cross below the arrow, the black arrow to your left.
Right here?
Down one. No, up one. Just above the blue dot.
Right here?
Yeah. The
Okay.
grey cross. No, the grey cross above the blue, right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you discounting that as a support?
No, I'm not. I'm just talking in theory. There's a lot of supports here it's going to run into, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. But let me ask you this. Right here is right there. Agreed?
Yes.
So it is holding it. Agreed?
Yes.
But this is the part of the original trend, isn't it? And as long as it maintains, keep what? The previous bar high, it could come all the way down to the origin of the bullish trend. Does that make sense?
Yes.
This is a major support, as you say, but I know I'm going to run into everything here. I'm not marking it at all. I'm telling you that it could keep on going down as long as it maintains the previous bar high. And I'm just looking for it to retrace this big movement here. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So if you want to look at support resistances, which ones matter? If you're retracing a whole movement, these are a higher probability compared to what previous ones. Does that make sense?
It does, yes. Okay.
And to me, I know this is an obstacle, and I know I'm running into obstacles because this bar never confirmed to begin with. Right?
All right.
So I know it's a rocky ride. Does that make sense?
Oh, very much, yeah.
So I'm not looking at everything here because if you look there, then you have another one here too, don't you?
You do. But that's not followed through and it's not been retested.
It has right
Oh,
there.
yeah. Okay.
And it held. So it has tested and it is valid. So there are two more supports to get to here, but I might as well shoot for the moon because I know that I'm buying time.
Hmm.
You good?
And you're already well at break even now, so it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You knew I entered here, agreed?
Mhm.
This bar didn't confirm, so now this has gone to investment trade where I know I have to sit there and stay in this, and I know it's going to be a rocky ride going down.
Yeah.
Everyone good? Okay, let's go over to gold. Gold has gone up, hasn't it? Now, it was bearish until last week. The sentiment just changed. So we have not caught this bullish movement here. Is anyone crying? Let's look to see if there was a timing element there. Do you see anything here? No?
Nope.
No. Notice one thing. There's a cross here. And it was real. Do you guys see that?
Mhm.
Then what?
Big bar.
It fell through.
Fake bar. Then it's gone up. That means it's a matter of time. If this here, if you get a bar that closes below the daily low, this could come all the way back down to here, can't it?
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for. Everyone clear?
Thank you.
But the middle of the week, we could start looking for what? Bullish trades, couldn't we?
No.
So can we take it bearish?
No.
No. We can't yet. Is everyone clear with that?
Sorry, Manish, I didn't get it. Can you please explain again?
Okay, so the sentiment here is bullish now, agreed?
Yeah,
Middle of the week, we start looking for bullish trades. You okay with that?
yeah,
But we can't look for bearish, can we?
no,
Okay, but this has gone up too fast, hasn't it?
right,
And this is telling me that there, when this breaks the previous day low, it's got a high probability to come here. Does that make sense?
right.
So maybe it does that by Wednesday. And when I could sit there and start looking for bullish trades, I may get some opportunities. Does that make sense?
So you get opportunities for bearish trades. Yeah?
No, you could only look for bullish at the middle of the week.
Right.
You cannot take it down bearish.
Yes.
You good?
Yeah.
But if you get it close below the previous day low,
Then you can.
then you
But
probably
it
wouldn't.
tells you it's finally going to go for a correction.
Mhm.
Yes. And I really want a correction before I start looking for bullish trades.
Right.
Oh, I
So
got
I'm
you.
hoping by the time middle of the week rolls around, gold is where?
At that support.
At that support.
Right.
Does that make sense?
And that's when you start looking for bullish trades.
Well, I have permission to start looking for bullish trades at the middle of the week, don't I?
Yes.
Are you good with that?
Yes. Okay.
So here's here's what I'm leading to. The Fed announces Wednesday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the Fed could pull gold all the way down to here, couldn't it?
Right.
Right.
And right after the Fed announcement, I have permission to start looking for what?
Bullish.
Bullish trades.
Bullish trades on what? Gold, don't it?
Right.
Yeah.
If he pulls it down to here and I start looking for bullish trades, it could give me some really good trades. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Everyone
Manesh,
good? Yep.
just a quick question to recall on the rules. If it doesn't hold that support and it goes down and it goes below the quarterly level, am I allowed to go for bullish if I see a timing element?
Yes, because you said the rules here are middle of the week, you can start looking for bullish trades. Even if inner week it goes below it, doesn't matter because it could close below it.
Right, because the previous week has been above, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But if you're in bullish positions and well, actually you wouldn't be in. Never mind. Never mind.
Sorry.
No, I just kind of thought about it myself. I was gonna say that if you go below the quarterly and by the end of the weekend it does not hold a quarterly, then you should exit any bullish positions, but you probably wouldn't be in any anyway if
You
it goes
wouldn't
below the
be in
quarterly.
it. Because
Right.
let's say you come here and you start looking for bullish positions. If
Right.
it goes below that line, you're not
No.
going to get any entries.
Right. That's why I corrected myself. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Nish,
Everyone
would you have
good
a
with it?
target on? Sorry, would you have a target on that if you go bullish?
Well, if you go bullish, you're looking for timing plays. So those timing plays will tell you the targets. Does that make sense?
Just yeah. Okay.
It'll tell you what time frame to trade and what the targets would be, what your risk would be, everything.
Okay.
I mean, let me put it this way. If we're still here after the Fed announcement, I'm start looking for bullish trades. After this big volatility spike, I'm limited down to reward, aren't we?
Very much.
Yeah.
Right? So my ideal scenario is if we could get down to this level right here, or even down to here before the Fed announcement, or during the Fed announcement, he skyrocketed, this thing goes down. I'm still looking for bullish trades. At that point, I get some really good opportunities with some really good reward risk, don't I?
Yeah.
Because from here to here, if I retest the high, if let's say we go down and then we got a signal to buy here, I know at that point to here is a good reward, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if I'm here and I get a signal after the Fed, then I'm playing with fire because it's already gone up huge, haven't I?
Yeah.
Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
you could have the best technical setup, but if the reward risk is not 3 to 1, is it good?
No.
No.
No. And that's the key thing to understand. Does everyone understand that?
Yes.
Remember, money management is our foundation, not technicals. Is everyone clear? Technicals are just telling us what time frame big money is trading and what our risk and everything is. But at the end of the day, even if we have a great technical setup, if it's not 3 to 1, should we take it?
Never.
No. Last night we discussed on the US session an opportunity on copper. It looked really good as far as the timing element is concerned, but the reward was bad. It was not a 3 to 1 at all. To a point, it doesn't matter what the technical setup was. It's not 3 to 1. It's not an opportunity. Everyone good?
Yeah.
Questions? Okay. So 4 hour. Nothing. And 2 hour. Nothing. So up to this point, if we summarize everything so far, after the Fed announcement, we could start looking for bullish trades in the NASDAQ, bearish trades for the E-mini S&P 500, and bullish trades for what? Gold. Is everyone clear with that?
Yeah.
You still have to look at the reward risk. Is everyone good?
Yeah.
Okay. Crude oil.
Manish, one second. Can we have a look at silver before you go to crude?
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay. Silver, it just like gold, what? Changed sediments, didn't it?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing that applies here. Middle of the week, you can start looking for what?
Bullish.
Bullish trades. Is everyone good with that?
Yeah.
Questions? Okay.
Manesh,
Yep.
that's a question. Regardless of the position of price after the Fed, if you get a bullish signal on a 4 or 2 hours and the RR is good, you should just take it, shouldn't it?
No, you cannot until the middle of the week.
I'm saying after the Fed, if you get a 4-hour bullish or a 2-hour bullish setup with a good RR, regardless of where that is, you should take it.
If it's bearish, no.
But bullish.
Bullish, yes. That's what I'm saying.
But it doesn't necessarily need to pull back to that cross for a setup to be valid.
Yeah, but if you look at the target and everything, if you're still here and you look at a target, it could be only a couple of points to that pivot high, and it's not going to be that great reward. Does that make sense?
Oh, it does. And is that part of the setup? So you'll see the target is very poor, basically, the T1.
You could go back to the videos and the IMTF videos and you could see how to determine the targets.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Everyone good?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Hey,
Cool.
Manish,
Yes.
so I had a question on the previous one. So this is a quarterly line, and then silver broke through this in a week, like the one big bullish bar. So as per one of the concepts you taught, shouldn't it be testing maybe the quarterly level and then going up? Isn't that a better scenario for us to be?
Nope. No, once you break it in the middle of the week, you could start looking for bullish opportunities. You don't need it to retest at all.
Mhm.
Because the
Okay.
quarterly levels are not support resistance levels. Does that make sense?
Got
They're
it.
just
Okay.
there to keep you focused.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay. If it was a support resistance, then yes, then it needs to come back and test it and everything. But this is where the big confusion is. A lot of people keep on thinking these levels are support resistances. They're not.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Any more questions? Okay. Let's go to crude oil. Okay, let's see if this does this now. Nope. Okay. If you look at crude oil here, everyone see it?
Mhm.
This broke this level here. Does everyone see that?
Yep.
Yes?
Yeah.
No?
Yep.
We've been talking about this, haven't we? It broke that level. Did it break it good or bad? Bad. So it's got to come back and what?
Retest.
Retest this level. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
But this is being bearish, and we talked about being bearish to the end of the quarter, haven't we?
Yeah.
Is everyone good with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Daily. Nothing there. 4 hour. Nothing there. And 2 hour. So you see no timing element there at all, do you guys?
Yeah.
What's that telling you? It's going down with what?
Volatility.
Volatility. That means it can come which way?
Up.
Back up. Is everyone clear with that?
Yeah.
Yes? Now, we're going to take this one little step further. Here is seasonality for crude oil. Everyone see it?
Mhm.
So first thing I want to do is I'm deviating away from our lesson plan a little. Everyone good?
Yep.
And I'm going to zoom in. This is the overall pattern for seasonality. Is everyone good with that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you had last week a little upward movement, did you? Yes?
Yeah.
There's a little spike here. It's a little hard to see. You had a little upward movement. Now, typically what happens? We come down to when?
26.
25, 24, or so forth. Do you guys see that? That means the end of the week. Everyone clear with that?
Okay.
At the end of the week, we're supposed to bottom out based on seasonality for the entire year.
Ah.
What did I say?
Something very interesting.
What? Listen, I'm about to throw you guys in the loop. We're supposed to bottom out for the entire what?
Yeah.
Year.
Okay.
Year. Now, last time I made this comment, no one took me seriously. Over here, this is October what? 13, 14 or so, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And that was supposed to be the bottom going into Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. If you look, ugly as this market has been, there's your bottom around October 14, 15 here. And then look what happened. It's been ugly, but that was the low, hasn't it? Yes?
Yes.
So there's high probability that the low of this week, by the end of this week, is the low for the entire year. Boom.
Strong statement.
So doesn't
Strong
that apply
statement.
for other markets?
Sorry?
Doesn't that apply for other markets if US is up mostly the global market, and especially emerging markets like India and China will
Except
follow
for
the same?
India. Except for India, Mandip. Whenever we go up, you go down.
We check the
Is that true,
seasonality
Mandip?
for Nifty also. We check the
Huh?
seasonality for Nifty also.
I'll check in a minute, but do you see that?
Yeah.
You guys okay with this so far?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Everyone good with that?
Yeah.
Now,
So far.
seasonality tells you this. So one of two things happen. This is a turning point in the whole market. Either the high for this week will be the high for the entire year, or the low for this week can be the low for the entire year. Everything has to be confirmed with technicals, but something this week marks the high or the low for the entire year, typically. Everyone clear with that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Now, that's right at the end of the quarter, isn't it?
it is.
So I will tell you this now, and it is very, very critical you listen. I am going to be looking for IMTF crosses on weeklies, TNTs, and CIMTF setups for long-term positions for the entire year when it comes to the end of this month. Is everyone clear with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes? So I'm going to be looking at all three systems to tell me there's a bottom or a top. Is everyone clear?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
If it is a bottom, then which market is the strongest right now? NASDAQ. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
Would I look at NASDAQ or would I look at the E-mini?
Looking at NASDAQ,
Why?
it's already more bullish than the E-mini.
Right, but where's the biggest reward risk?
E-mini.
E-mini.
Whatever has been going down the most, if you get a support cross to flip it, you know it could retrace the whole downward movement, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. Okay.
So don't think the best bullish opportunities are in the NASDAQ. You guys understand that? Yes? Very first place I'm going to look at is something that's moved down 20%. That is going to be my first opportunity. Do you guys understand that?
Yep.
Yes.
Everyone good?
So something that's down 20% probably in the E-mini, yeah?
E-mini, Russell, Dow. Dow's been really weak, hasn't it?
Yes, dogs down. Yeah.
Yeah, well, how many stocks are in the Dow? Not many. How
Yes.
hard is it to monitor those couple of Dow stocks and see if there's a support cross or a TNT or a CIMTF bracket at the support?
That's a pretty good strat.
Do you see my philosophy, guys?
Yeah.
Yes? Now, if we are to go down, right, where the turning point now marks the high for the year, I'm going to be looking at NASDAQ opportunities that have gone up 20% and looking for a resistance cross, isn't it?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you see the philosophy I have, guys?
Yes.
How would the ETF markets,
How will the what?
the market, the sectors play into this?
Well, you look at the sectors and do the same thing with sectors, couldn't you? You can see what sectors are leading now, and you could look for that, couldn't you?
Okay.
As we get closer, we're going to start looking at some of this stuff. but we're very close to the end of the quarter, and this week is going to dictate a lot, isn't it?
Sure it is.
Right? It's not just for the market. Watch. Look at crude oil. This typically bottoms this week too, doesn't it? Now, it doesn't mark the bottom for the entire year. It marks it all the way to what?
Halfway through the next quarter.
Midweek next quarter.
Half the quarter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the first half of the quarter for crude oil for next quarter is what? Bullish, and the second half is what?
Should be bearish.
Bearish. Does everyone see that?
Yeah.
And we are at a critical support. All we need is a new quarter to start, and we can start looking for bullish, couldn't we?
Could do.
Interesting, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
But do you guys see? I'm looking at all the different scenarios before they actually happen.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
This does not look right. Hold on, I'm gonna. Let's look.
50-50 NSE, a second one.
Dollar Nifty.
There we go. Okay, so Monday, this looks like when? Your turning point's the same time, isn't it, too?
That's what I was talking about.
Yep. So before, Nifty and the US have been what? Uncorrelated, haven't they?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it now starts. Who knows? And you are at a support too, aren't you?
Correct.
Remember, just because this chart looks like it's going up, does that mean it's going to go up?
Yeah, that's
No.
true. But always, yeah.
But listen to my words. These are
Yeah.
turning dates for me. Something can
Yeah.
happen. It has to be confirmed with technical analysis. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah, true.
Right? If you look at last year, right, on April, what happened? Right here is beginning of April. Look what it did. It moved up, didn't it?
Yeah.
And if you remember during COVID, even when we had COVID in March, I always told you markets can move up in April, and they did, didn't you? Even in COVID, the damn thing moved up, didn't it? Yes?
Yeah, and so does the all global markets, I guess.
Right. So be ready. Marco?
Interesting. Very, very interesting, because this thing will affect everything. Absolutely everything. Risk.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm
And
looking
look at
forward.
this. You now have the 10-year that was bullish, just confirmed the bearish last week, middle of last week, didn't it?
Yes.
But everyone is expecting the Fed to stop what?
Hiking.
Hiking.
I mean, still. Yeah.
Well, some people even talking about him reversing it now. Dude.
Yeah, they're pricing in some cuts.
This is going to get interesting to see.
Very
Because-
much.
Because people are jumping the bandwagon. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Ideally, I would love to see the Fed tank this market this week. And next week, what happens? We start to go bullish.
Well, then it takes off. Yeah.
Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Everyone good?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good scenario.
And your dollar index, Marco.
Ah,
It's tougher. We're right at the do or die level, aren't we?
yeah.
Right before the Fed, but still confirmed to be what?
Bullish.
Yes. With a cross here, isn't it?
Yeah. And the rebar.
One real bar. And now the dollar goes what? Strong. Isn't that interesting how dollar, crude oil, you'll see Bitcoin, all the markets are critical stages of the Fed announcement this week, isn't it? How many times have you guys seen all products globally at a critical junction on one point in 1 week?
Rarely.
Very rare, isn't it, guys? It's a do or die week. Do you guys understand that? If you
Yeah.
don't have the stomach, stay on the sidelines until after the what?
Announcement.
The Fed. Do not lose money. Everyone clear?
Mm.
Lastly, Bitcoin. We've been bullish on Bitcoin, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this move should not be a surprise, should it?
Nope.
It's a big movement, isn't it?
Gosh.
Okay. Let's see if there's a timing on it. Daily, you have a cross. Did it confirm? No. This means if you close below the previous bar low, we could come where? Back to here. 4 hour. Anything? Nope. And 2 hour. Nothing. Let me ask you guys a question. Marco, I'm going to ask you since you like fundamentals. You ready?
Yep.
Before, when there was a financial crisis, people diverted to gold. Agreed?
Yeah.
For safety. Would you agree to that?
Yeah. As usual.
And now what happens? People are diverting to gold and Bitcoin, aren't they?
It looks like, yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When the financial crisis was over, did people get out of gold or did some people still hold it?
I think some people still hold it long term.
Right. Gold never reversed very fast, did it?
Right.
It'll be a slow bleed where some people will still hold it, some people will get out of it, and so forth. Would you agree?
Yeah, there was.
So this
Yeah.
time in history, now things are a little different, isn't it? Because you didn't have Bitcoin back in 2000, 2007, 8, 9, where people believed in it. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Bitcoin now is how many times more than gold?
Oh.
So Bitcoin, let's say gold's 2000. Bitcoin's at what? Close to 30 to 28, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin's more powerful, isn't it?
It looks like.
So when the financial mess is over, a lot of people will start changing gold back to dollars to put into the markets or something else. Would you agree?
Yes. Taking risky positions.
Here's my thought process. What's going to happen now? For the first time, when the financial mess occurred, people have shifted to gold, which is normal, but they also shifted to Bitcoin, which is a lot more powerful. If Bitcoin drops $2,000, will people keep it or dump it? If they dump it, it's going to come down huge, won't it?
Yes.
This is going to be interesting to see how many people will hold their Bitcoins.
I would assume fewer
You
than
assume,
gold.
you assume, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
You knew last week I traded Bitcoin all the way up. You guys
Yeah.
saw that with volatility, right?
Yeah.
I will tell you this now. I'm waiting for it to break the daily low and to come where? Because when this financial bank crisis is over, I don't see Bitcoin going up. And the moment it breaks the daily bar low, I want to see what happens. Will it retrace this whole thing and come all the way back to 23 and then go back to 20,000? That's going to be the magical question. Will people believe in crypto going forward as they did in gold? will they still hold it? As some people still kept gold. And how much drawdown are you willing to accept? Gold is only $2,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas Bitcoin's what? 28.
Can move big.
So I understand a lot of people shifted their money to Bitcoin, but is that a good thing or a bad thing? That's
No,
the
it's-
magical question, which I don't know. And that's a question for everyone to think about. You guys see that?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Mandip, what do you think? Mandip still there? Nope. I think he left. Anyone want to make comments on this?
I think it's a riskier asset, and I would expect it to go down much more than gold.
Yeah. I mean, last night I took a trade short right after the session because I was talking about it going down, right? I took a quick day trade and it got filled and it got to my target in 1 10-minute bar. It was good, but
Yeah.
it's crazy. The
Yeah,
volatility.
it is fast.
Questions, guys?
Manesh, I have a small question on the investment crosses.
Okay.
If we can look at dollar